Srivassa Lakshmam Galashovi Kaustubam Pithambaram Sandra Payoda Shaubhagyam Maharavaidurya Kirita Kundala Isha Parivasta Sasra Kundalam Uddama Kanchi Angada Kanakani Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshita Tam Adbhutam Balakam Ambujeksham Chaturbhujam Shankagadi Udayudam Srivassa Lakshmam Galashobi Kaustubam Pithambaram Sandrapayoda Saubhagam Maharavaidurya Kirita Kundala Isha Parivastha Sastra Kuntalam Uddama Kanchi Angada Kankana Dhivir Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshita. Have you got it?
No.
You want to read? Adbhutam Balakam Ambujeksham Chaturbhujam Shankagadi Udayudam Srivassa Lakshmam Galashobi Kaustubam Pithambaram Sandrapayoda Saubhagam Maharavaidurya Kirita Kundala Isha Parivakshta Sastra Kuntalam Uttama Kanchi Angada Kankani Divir Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshita. Okay, now we'll read word for word.
Tam.
That.
That.
Adbhutam.
Adbhutam.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Balakam.
Balakam.
Child. Ambuja Ikshitam.
Ambudakshitam.
With eyes resembling lotuses.
With eyes resembling lotuses.
Chaturbhujam.
Chaturbhujam.
In 4 hands.
In 4 hands.
Shankagada Adi.
Shankagada Adi.
Bearing a conch shell, club, disc and lotus.
Wearing a conch shell, club, disc and lotus.
In those 4 hands.
In his 4 hands.
Udayudam.
Udayudam.
Different weapons.
The weapons.
Srivassa Lakshmam.
Srivassa Lakshmam.
Decorated with particular type of hair called Srivassa.
Decorated with particular type of hat or Srivassa.
Which is visible only on the chest of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Which is visible only on the chest of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay?
Yes.
Gala Shobi Kaustubam. Gala Shobi Kaustubam.
Kaustubam.
One is neck on the Kaustuba gem.
One whose neck is
Kaustuba gem.
Kaustuba gem.
It is particularly available in Vaikuntha Loka.
which is particularly available in Vaikuntha
Oh,
Loka.
I see. That's available only in Vaikuntha Loka. That's the
Particularly available,
yeah.
not only.
Which is available in Vaikuntha Loka. Pitambaram.
Pitambaram.
His garments were yellow.
His garments were yellow.
Sandra Payoda Sobagam.
Samantha
Payoda
Sobagam.
Sobagam. Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Being present with the hue of blackish clouds. Being present with the hue of blackish clouds. Mahahara Vaidurya Kirita Kundala.
Araha Kirita Vaidurya Kirita Kundala.
Of his helmet and earrings, which were studded with
Sorry,
very,
just texting on your lecture.
Yes, very valuable Vaidurya gems.
Vaidurya gems.
Trisha,
Trisha,
by the beauty, yeah, Parishvakta Sastra Kuntalam.
Parishvakta Sarasta Kuntalam.
Brilliantly illuminated by scattered, fully grown hair. Brilliantly
illuminated
by scattered,
fully grown
hair. Uddama Kanchi Angada Kankana Adibihi. With a brilliant belt on his waist. Arambanda. One is arms. Arbanda was this.
Yes, it's like armlets.
His waist. Arbanda on his arms. Bracelets on his wrists, etc. Virochamanam. Very beautifully decorated. Vasudeva. The father of Krishna. Aikshita. Saw. Okay. Translation by Sri Prabhupada. Vasudeva then saw newborn child who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes and who bore in his four hands the four weapons Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma. On his chest was the mark of Srivasa and on his neck the brilliant Kaustubha gem. Dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud, his scattered hair fully grown, and his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem, Vaidurya. The child, decorated with a brilliant belt, armlets, bangles, and other ornaments, appeared very wonderful. Okay, translated again. Vasudeva then saw the newborn child who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes and who bore in his four hands the four weapons Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Padma. On his chest was the mark of Srivasa, and on his neck the brilliant Kaustubha gem. Dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud. His scattered hair fully grown, and his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem, Vaidurya. The child,
the child,
decorated with a
decorated
brilliant belt,
brilliant belt,
armlets,
armlets,
bangles,
bangles,
and other ornaments
and other ornaments
appeared
appeared
very wonderful.
very wonderful.
Okay, now purport by Srila Prabhupada. To support the word Adbhutam, meaning wonderful, the decorations and opulences of the newborn child were fully described, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 530. Bharavans, Bharavas, Bharava, Bharavas, Bharavatamsam, Asitam Buddha, Sundarangam. The hue of Lord's beautiful form resembles the blackish color of dense clouds. Asita means blackish. Asita means blackish. And Ambuddha means cloud. It is clear from the word Chaturbhuja the Krishna that Krishna first appeared with four hands as Lord Vishnu. No ordinary child in human society has ever been born with four hands. And when is a child born with fully grown hair, I see. The descent of the Lord, therefore, is completely distinct from the birth of an ordinary child. The Vaidurya gem, which sometimes appears bluish, sometimes yellow, and sometimes red, is available in Vaikuntha Loka. The Lord's helmet and earrings were decorated with this particular gem. I see. That's why Kostuba. Sometimes blackish, sometimes yellow, sometimes red.
I think
And
it's
all
yeah. I always thought it's red, but you
it's
see what
red,
I
right?
say. That's what I've heard. But maybe Kaustuba is just the name
No.
of the jewel.
Yeah, Prabhupada here says Vaidurya is sometimes appears bluish, sometimes yellow, and sometimes red. It's available in Vaikuntha Loka. Must not be here. All those, the color changing every time. I think Vaidurya. It's Vaidurya, of course. It's not here. Nobody writes a Vaidurya.
Yeah.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurumrittamena Tasmai Shri Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshi Punyavadi Pachati Deshatayane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapada Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Gatapadagamulam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanimitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakamitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Saptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Saptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Saptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatarubhya cha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namaha Vancha kalpatarubhya cha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namaha Vancha kalpatarubhya cha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namaha जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. Of course, Prabhupada's purpose is not to mention anything, any philosophical things, but he is describing only the simple how the child was born. And it is wonderful. See, wonderful means such a child was not born before. Coming out with four hands and with all those jewelry and everything loaded with that. In human society, such a kind of child is not born. Prabhupada also says he is not born. And Vasudeva and Devaki both, they are wonder in the stuff. So Lord's significance in appearing this way to make Vasudeva and Devaki, saying the Supreme Personality of Godhead has come. So that's the indication that Lord wants to give them so that they become fearless. Otherwise, they are afraid of Kamsa and they are in the prison house. And also, they know that Kamsa will kill this child. So to make sure that they are fearless, so he appeared with all those things, not as a normal child. It's wonderful, it's beyond their expectation. So such a child was born, and now they became very fearless. In earlier verse, we read in that beginning, because entire constellation was changed and everything. When Krishna was born, everything has become so bright, and everybody has positive thinking, positive energy, all those things in that when it was described in the first few verses. Similarly, here Krishna is showing that he appeared as Lord Vishnu, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because in general thinking, the Lord is all opulent and all those things. Because every human being, like in general populace, thinks Lord is not as ordinary like us. So their thinking is that Lord is wonderful, different. So that's why he appeared his wonderful form, under different form, not his ordinary child. So that everybody feels that Lord has arrived, now you are not to fear. Now, because of the whatever the circumstances are there, Kamsa is bound to come, because he had known that child was born, or Devaki bound to come. Then he wanted him to transfer to Gokula, where is Vasudeva's friend Nanda Maharaj is there. See, this is Lord's arrangement, because this is original home. Vrindavan is Lord's original home. When the Lord came, otherwise it was ordinary village. Before Lord came, it was ordinary village. Village people are living, and Kamsa was ruling there, Vrindavan. But when the Lord came, that Divya Vrindavana came there. Otherwise, it was not the Divya Vrindavana. It's ordinary village like or anything. Since Lord came, because along with the Lord, like wherever the king goes or the president or any entire their entrove goes there. Similarly, when the Lord came, the entire his entrove came to Vrindavan, because he was supposed to go there. Although he was born in prison, he was to go to the village where the cowards and the things are going on there. Yes, when at that time, entire Divya Vrindavan also came. Although it is not visible now, but Divya Vrindavan is there already. It came. Once it has come, it doesn't go away. It is still there. But it is not oblivious, it is not visible to us. Only when we get purified with our eyes and the heart get purified, then we will be able to see the Divya Vrindavan. Now when we go there, we are not seeing the Divya Vrindavan, because we are not purified to see that Divya Vrindavan. We are not purified because our heart is contemplated, our eyes are our vision also is contemplated, contaminated. That's why we are not able to see the Divya Vrindavan. But the Divya Vrindavan is there. It's always there. And also Krishna is always there. Rajendranandana Krishna, the original Krishna, who has only two hands. And he is always playing with the flute only. Nothing. He doesn't have his weapons. He doesn't have his chakra. He doesn't. Here, yes, all the weapons are with him. So it was there all. But when he went to Vrindavan, those things were not there with him. His ordinary child, two-handed, very lovable child, and Vrindavan, village, cowards, and everything. So that's the one form of Krishna. Krishna is two forms. One is that form, that's the original form, where Krishna doesn't have any weapons, nothing. It is Prema avatar, like Prema. It's not avatar, it's he himself, Prema. Prema, and Radharani is Prema, part of his Prema. It is. And another avatar is Vasudeva Krishna, Vasudeva. Vasudeva Krishna is, see, it is two different parts in this Krishna's Leelas, two different parts. One is Vrindavan pastime. Completely different. There no weapons, nothing. He is just playing with the coward men and coward boy and doing all those normal things with attraction, with his loving devotees. They're all devotees, but like parents respecting all those things. He even Krishna takes Nanda Maharaj shoes on his head and all those things. All those pastime normal child which has to do is showing it. But there is another part that Vasudeva Krishna, which had came to this Mathura, then he went to Dwaraka. After coming to Mathura, went to Dwaraka. That Krishna is altogether different. It's not that Krishna who is playing with the Radharani. This Krishna is completely different. There are two parts for his pastimes. This is the Krishna who played the role of Arjuna's cousin. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is in Aishwarya form. He is Aishwarya. He has all the, although he was not showing, he has all the four hands and everything, and all the weapons he is bearing, everything he has. In Vrindavana, he doesn't have. So, Krishna is showing, telling us, in your normal life, as a human being, you have to do all those things which I did in Mahabharata. All those things, as a family man, we have to do whatever Krishna did in Mahabharata role, whatever he did. Also, he advised Arjuna what to do, all the Pandavas what to do, how to behave. They are religious persons. Krishna advised them to do like that, religious person. You don't have, only Krishna is telling this before he spoke Bhagavad Gita. He was acting like an ordinary person, right? He is dealing with the families the ordinary way. But only in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he has shown his Divya Rupa. Otherwise, they were thinking they are ordinary. Although they know Krishna is the supreme person because they are the devotees. They know. But his dealings on, even Krishna told Arjuna to go and worship Lord Shiva to get Pashupata because war is going to be there. And he worship Lord Shiva and get the Pashupata. And also he advised to go to Surgaloka and get all those weapons for the. So that's the normal thing in our day-to-day life. Whatever we need to do, we need to do. But our heart has to be surrendered to Krishna, thinking of him. All the time if we think of Krishna and do our normal duties, whatever we are supposed to do, we have to do it. We can't refrain from doing our duties. That's what Krishna's advice. And his role also in Mahabharata, he says we have to do all those activities in a family. We can't, when we are born in a family, this. Some cases may be there, like Narada and that four Kumaras, they are they are in a child-wise, they are brahmacharis, totally brahmacharis. They never had a household life or anything. But all others, everybody is household life. The household life will be there. Within the household life, also we can get liberated. So that's the. It doesn't have to be renounced to get liberated. And go back to Goloka. Go back to Krishna Loka. We don't have to be sannyas or any vairagya. But vairagya within the household life also we can have vairagya, not attached to anything. Vairagya means what? All those whatever desires we have, those desires we should not try to fulfill it. That's vairagya. Because desires come because we are having that. Everybody, we all have 6 enemies within us. Everybody has kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara. We are all have. Everybody have. For somebody it is dormant, somebody is very, but it is there for everybody. Mostly it is there for everybody. Normal people, everybody have. Unless we try to suppress it. Kama means desire. Desire to so many things. Kama is not only the sex, other things also. What we need, all those things, that's also kama. This kama, if it's not fulfilled, then we get krodha. Krodha is worst thing because we get angry. And that anger takes our intelligence away. So we do spur of the moment. So this thing, when the desires comes, how to suppress it, deny it, not to fulfill it, not to fulfill it, and remember Krishna. Whenever we get that desire, see only, so whenever Krishna is there others, we take his name, at that time we get the energy. Oh, this thing, when the desires come, which we don't want to fulfill. So the mind is the person which makes us suffer. Although we think at that particular moment it's very nice and it's pleasure and we feel happy, but actually we will not feel happy by fulfilling our desires. That desires actually, if it's suppressed, so desires come. Okay, I want to do this. I want to do this now. No, I will not do this now. I will do it later. So we have to cheat the mind. Say, okay, I don't want to fulfill it now. I will cheat the mind. Yes, we'll do it afterwards. Afterwards, then every time it's afterwards. Afterwards, then the mind goes, it forgets that. Whenever we over and over again we deny it, then it doesn't. So unless if we fulfill it, then mind wants more. So more. So because it's nice. Although there are you suffer for it, because whatever enjoyment we do, we have to suffer. That's the law of the karma anyway. The law of the karma is there. We take the law of the karma and to get, because we have to bring the mind under our control. Otherwise, we are under the control of the mind. And under the control of the mind are the senses. Whenever mind thinks, I have to do this, the automatically hand goes there. So something is there. Mind thinks, I want to grab it. So what happens? If we are not controlling the mind, mind says, hand goes there and picks it up. That particular thing, anything. Like let's say, some gold jewelry was there or somebody left or anything. If the mind says, pick it up. So unless we tell the mind not to go, maybe somebody else says, I should not take it, I don't touch it. Otherwise, mind says, take it, go. Hand goes immediately. The moment mind says, take it, your hand goes there. So that's why mind has to be controlled. How to control the mind? So we have to deny. Oh no, I shouldn't take that. Then intelligence comes. It doesn't belong to me. Then the shastric thing comes. It doesn't belong to me. How can I take it? Then I have to find out somebody whom it belongs. I should give it to. So that is the right way. Suppose something we find which we are not eligible, it is not ours. It's somebody else's. I should not take it. So we don't get any reaction on it. The moment we grab it, it is somebody else's. Moment we grab it, our karma starts working. You have taken somebody else's things to you. So in future, somebody else will take your thing and you will suffer for it. So similarly, same thing will happen to you. May not be now. It may be after so many. It will definitely happen because that's the law of karma. So to avoid the law of karma, we have to deny the mind. If it is really for me, it is mine. Yes, definitely I should take it. If it is not mine, I should find out whoever else it is. So I can't take it. So this is the way our our life should be organized that way, so that we are pure. At the time, then what happens? Suppose if I had taken that and I try to use it, I always in fear. Oh, somebody else will come and they take. And I always in fear. That is anxiety. Again, the mind is not calm. It is not fearless. It is fearful. Now, if I am not taken, try to find out. It may be somebody else. I am fearless, very fearless, and I am trying to find out whose it is. So, the owner should come and take it. So, I am very fearless, and see, my advancement is increased. I am gone up in the level of my spiritual and material things. Also, my level is gone up. While by taking that, my level has gone down. I am hiding now because I am fearful and also hiding. Oh, somebody should not catch me. So here inferiority comes. Inferiority and superiority in our actions only. If I do correct action and action really only judgment. Judgment means things which belongs to me, me. Things which doesn't belong to me, I don't want it. And I will try to find out somebody belongs to, and I to give to him or bring it to him or something like that. If I do that, my status is elevated. I'm gone up. So when I don't do that, I'm gone down. So this is the way actually our life has to be. So we have to be fearless always. How we become fearless? When we don't do anything, unearth us, then we are fearless. We do unearth us, we are trying to hide it, whatever we did and all those things. So then our status is going down. We are not improving, we are going down. So that's why, and that's what Krishna is showing here. How you behave in material world is a Mahabharata. His role in Mahabharata is all weapons, fight, and everything. But in Vrindavana Leela, not anything this. So not fight. Although he was killing the demons, but never used a weapon. There is no weapon used because he is Supreme Personality, he got it anyway. He doesn't have to use them. But he never used, never shown. There is loving exchange with everybody. All those gopis and all those things, he is stealing the butter and all this. This is loving exchange. How is it when we are, very truly friends, open-hearted friends. So when we talk and all those things, that love comes out of us, right? Similarly, in that, whatever the Vrindavana Leela, Krishna was showing all love only. The voice he was playing, he was somebody's, shoulder he'll ride, somebody else is riding on his shoulders and all this. These are all exchanges, pure exchanges, pure love emanating from him. Complete pure love emanating from. Also, he is sharing with all his associates. So that's the way actually we need to be. Once in this, see, for us problem is we are born in a material family and all this. We have all those obligations to do, and we are not taught these kind of things. By listening to his leelas, all those whatever he does, our hearts get purified. And also thinking of him all the time, also purification process for us. The more and more stories we read or listen about him, his dealings of love and also dealing of his actions as a professional, like as a householder. Was a householder. In Mahabharata role, he was a completely householder. And in householder role, what he did, that's for us in our material part. So we have to learn from Krishna. So Mahabharata Krishna or Vasudeva Krishna. So whatever householder we have to do, and we have to learn whatever thing he did as a Vrindavana Leela, his exchanges with the gopis and all that, this is the pure love. So these two things we have to also combine. Krishna is combined, we also need to combine. See, whenever our all anxiety and dvesha, kama, krodha, moha, all those envy and all those things are there, when they are gone, we are also like Krishna only. So we also get the same pleasure dealing with our associates, our nearby anyone. We also get the same feeling, the love of feeling. Anybody, love and respect. It comes automatically when we are purified. If we are not purified, it doesn't come. We get some enmity and this guy does this, that guy does, and all those things. It will come in our mind. But when we suppress it, forget about it, and think of Krishna and all those leelas, at that time our heart also is reclined to see that, oh, how Krishna is dealing that, we are also getting purified. So more and more listen about Krishna, his pastimes and his associates, listen about his who he is dealing with, and all those things, our hearts get purified. We also completely get, because we are part and parcel of Krishna only. Our Atma is part of Krishna only. There's no difference at all. It's a small part, but it's completely. But since we are covered with this material gross body and these six enemies within us, then plus three gunas, that sattva and rajas and tamas, three gunas, and make imbalance in us, then our mind is get polluted. But when we listen to him, his pastimes, his dealings, our mind gets, all our impurities will go away. Once impurities are gone, we are like Krishna only. So then we want to do that. The Leela, at the time we don't have any meaning. So the moment we think of Krishna in his Vrindavana Leela, he is dealing with the gopis and all those things, our heart also feels purified. And oh, Krishna is dealing with this way, and we also purified. So this is the lesson for us. The two things we have to we are in this material world. We have to follow Krishna, Mahabharata Krishna, in our householder life. Householder means material life. We have two lives, material life and spiritual life. Material life you have to do because you have to sustain our body. Although Krishna will take, when we completely surrender to Krishna, completely, which is not possible immediately, completely surrender to Krishna, then we don't have to even bother about our bodily maintenance. Krishna provides it. When we completely surrender to Him, Krishna provides everything. So complete, okay. Krishna, I am completely surrendered to you now. Please take care. That's very difficult. But for that also, the training, what we need to do the mind, because the culprit is only the mind. Our mind only is the culprit, nothing else. Mind only makes us think this way. Okay, if I don't do this, I will suffer this and all this material things comes. Okay, I will suffer this way and all this, and fear comes. Since that fear is there, we are not able to do that. The complete surrender which Krishna asks, Sarva Dharman Paritijamamekam Sharanam Praja, that's not possible for us because of our mind. Our mind says, oh, you are in this situation, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. You can't do that. So we are not able to surrender. But once we train our mind, say, I want to do it, that's how picking the mind. Not now for material desires and all this fulfilling our material desires, all those karma or wishes. So stopping that and postponing it, tricking the mind. By tricking the mind, we are training the mind. Once mind is trained, then we get that energy to surrender to Krishna completely. Let it go. Once we say, let it go, Krishna, you are all involved. I don't know anything about myself. You do whatever you want. See, at that time, you have to get the courage, see, to keep me whatever way. See, our problem now is, oh, if this doesn't happen, what happened to me? I will go to hell and all those things, my suffering and all those things. Once we determine whether suffering or anything, Krishna, if you need to suffer, let me suffer. We have to get ready for the suffering. You have to get ready for the suffering, whatever things, somebody may kill us and I may suffer so much over it. You have to get ready. For that, you have to make the mind ready for that. So, mind is ready only when we train the mind. We train the mind to get ready for it. Then we get that energy to surrender to completely. Krishna, take care of you. Whatever you keep me, whatever way you keep me, it is okay for me. So once we say to Krishna, whatever, then the surrender is possible. Otherwise, surrender is not possible. If, because always we fear that by surrendering I will suffer. So that fear is there. Suffering. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it will happen. Because in the hellish conditions, it has been burnt in the hot. This all those descriptions are in the Bhagavatam, right? So the hot water, this thing, all those things you will suffer and all. Thinking of all those things, we fear. That fear comes us. We are not able to surrender. Oh, this will happen, that will happen. We'll take care of it. But once we determine, mind is say, Krishna, whatever, I am ready to suffer for that. Whatever comes to me, I will suffer. If that determination comes, then surrender is possible. Otherwise, surrender is not possible. Very difficult. But for that we have to train. It's not easily comes. Also, Haribol, Haribol, Prabhu. Please. So otherwise it's not possible. For this way, we should train our mind and then think of Krishna all the time. So, and also one more thing I have to, for you. See, whenever we are in difficulty, all the time think of Krishna only. Think of Krishna, 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 or Radha, 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 Radha. Think of that. So we get that energy for the difficult situation. Otherwise, we won't get energy. To train the mind also to do that, to get the energy, we have to train the mind to get ourselves. And whatever difficult situation we are in, at that time, if you remember Krishna, all the time, remember Krishna, 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 please help me, difficult situation. So please help me in this situation. Krishna is not far away. He is not in Vaikuntha. He is not anywhere. He is within our heart. Within the heart, Krishna is there. So he will definitely help because he appears and he makes the situation, the difficult situation, he makes it okay. So when that's the dependence on Krishna. So not thinking about Krishna is there and all those things. Thinking sometimes, I always had a story in childhood. Who told my uncles told a story. Then one boy in the school class, they distributed the sweets. The teacher has given the sweets to everybody. This you have to eat, and nobody sees it. Nobody sees you have to eat it. So they took the sweets and all those things. The next day they came. How did you eat it? Nobody. Yeah, I went back of the house and nobody was seen. I ate it. And everybody. But one child came. He brought the back it. So I couldn't see it. Why? So why you couldn't eat? This no, everywhere, but then the God is there, right? God also was seeing, right? So that's why I couldn't do it. You said nobody should see it, so you should eat when nobody sees it. So he said God was seeing, so that's why I didn't. That's that's because everybody doesn't realize God is situated within our heart. That child, remembered because in earlier classes the teacher was explaining that God is everywhere, there is in our heart also. He was explaining. But he wanted to test how many students have understood whatever he taught. He has given this test actually. So that test, all the children have failed, only one child was passed. So God is there, in our heart of our heart, Krishna is there all the time. Whatever, good things we do, bad things we do, we know ourselves within our heart of heart. What I am doing is not right. Heart says, but still we do because of the mind. Mind is dragging us to do that, although we know that's not right. Sometimes we do the right thing. At the time we feel pleased. I'm doing these things. And please, doing something good. We are always pleased. And that thing which we do, we are always morose. Although we did it, we are morose because it was not the right thing. That who says? That's a Paramatma within us says that's not right. And since we are part of the Paramatma, Atma and Paramatma, within the heart it is there, and it says, oh, this is not right. So at that time, we should definitely go to Paramatma and see what's the right thing, and then only we will be always happy. Otherwise, sometimes we will be morose and all those things. To remain happiness, what's the right thing? Go to Paramatma. Here, he is within there. He is everywhere. Like Prahlad said, God is everywhere. And Hiranyakashipu was asking, where is he? He is everywhere. Oh, everywhere. And he said, whether he is in this pole. Yeah, he is in this pole. And Hiranyakashipu broke. He came out. So he is there everywhere. That's actually proves. Prahlad proved that God is everywhere. So God is everywhere, and is in our. It is always proved that God is there within our our Atma is in our body is as a Paramatma is situated. So anytime any difficulty is there, we should always think of Krishna, God. So he is there. Please protect me. Please protect me. Please protect Krishna, 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 Krishna. We say our situation, any difficult situation, we will get out of it, and we will be okay. So that's the story about because and this the description here. The child came with all those things to indicate they Devaki and Vasudeva become fearless and everybody else is fearless. So whenever we think of Krishna is in religion story and all his activities, we will become fearless. So then the love which is exchanged in Vrindavana along with the gopis and gopas and all those things that start manifesting within us also, and we also follow his path. So that's what we need to, and all those pastimes he did it to bring back everybody to go back to him. So that's why this is more pastime. But that's not the end of the world or anything. Some people may think, oh, see, everybody goes back, then it will work. No, there's millions and millions of living entities. Okay, Hare Krishna, I'll stop here. And if anyone has questions or anything,
I just think that Balaram, he has his plug, right?
yeah,
By
flow,
the
flow.
Valendrasa, because he used it as a weapon to
Yeah,
draw Yamuna River. And also, like, thank you so much for, in the beginning of the lecture, you said that before Krishna appeared, it was just an ordinary village.
Yes.
So as I kind of feel like that's an ordinary Boston. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears here,
Yeah.
it immediately becomes a town.
Yes.
Yeah, so before that, it's like just like some ordinary
Yeah,
place.
correct,
It's
correct.
just amazing because you can relate. Sometimes we listen, we say, oh, it's like a myth, a fairy tale, something like what cannot happen to us, but it can happen to us, and it is
Yes.
happening, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes, very good. Any questions? No. No? Okay, any questions? Anybody? Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
All glories to your service, Lakshmi
Oh
Narayan
no,
Prabhu.
my
Hare
service.
Krishna. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we did 9 and 10. Prabhu. Next.